From May 2020 to March 2022, I went from earning £54,000 basic salary a year to receiving government support to building a six-figure business, and all in under 3 years. Now, I truly believe that it was these 6 key traits that enabled me to create a six-figure business and how I keep hitting the goals that I set for myself. So before I go into what these 6 key traits are, please let me introduce myself to you. I'm Natalie. I am a neurotransformation therapy practitioner and an intuitive manifestation coach. And my channel, As the Pennies Drop, is all about guiding you to create incredible, fulfilling, lasting partnerships and relationships in all aspects and in all areas of your life. I offer a variety of intensive transformation programs and self-study workshops. I also have a members only channel and a variety of social media platforms, and you can find out more about me and about my coaching solutions by clicking the links below this video. Okay, let's get to what these 6 key traits, these 6 key habits are. Okay, so the first one is that I needed to let go of my old beliefs about how I could make money, and that the only way that I could make money was in a 9-to-5 job in the corporate world. Now, I know that we're all taught to leave school and get a job and climb the career ladder, and and that's great. That is great. If that's the life that you want and you want to have that security each month, receiving a monthly salary, that's great. You see, living this way means this. It means that there is going to be a cap on what you can earn. And there is only going to be so many hours in the day that you can prove your worth by receiving a pay rise or a bonus or promotion. Most people think that this is the only way and the safest way to make money. Now, I've got friends who calculate how many years they have left in their corporate job to be able to save enough money to pay their debts off so then they can finally be free to live the life that they've always wanted to live. So we have all been programmed into a belief that this is the only way that we can receive money. Now, people are closing themselves off day by day to other opportunities that are available to them if you would just allow yourself to see them. Okay, let's look at habit number 2, trait number 2. I needlessly worried about what other people would think of me and how that they would judge me. Now, I honestly believe I had a belief, a deep-rooted belief that I wasn't going to be taken seriously and that people didn't think highly of me. Now, I do know that the level of this worry and the level of how people were viewing me were mostly based on my past beliefs about myself and the traumas and past experiences that I went through in my life. Now, that isn't to say that I wasn't being judged, and I'm sure I was being judged by some people, but I honestly do not believe it was to the level that I was thinking that I would be. In fact, I never received anything to my face in any way other than praising me for following my passions and courageously and fearlessly following my dreams. I had a lot of support from wonderful people, including CEOs from companies too that I'd once worked in. So not everyone is out to get you, to judge you, to put you down. Everyone has their own lives to live too, remember. It isn't all about you. Now, I know that the judgment and my old beliefs of how I felt about myself needed to be addressed. So if I did fail, I wouldn't see myself as a failure or as somebody that would be judged, but someone that could take these failures and make them work by failing forwards. And having a dedicated self-love practice to release these old beliefs was a huge part of me believing in myself more and my business that I was so passionate about building, and no longer attaching to what others thought or didn't think. And that kept me moving forwards towards my goals. So stop worrying about what others think. The next habit was not letting somebody's no or their lack of response deter me. Now, I reached out to people that I thought would be able to support me and I was inspired by, only to get the brush off or that they would commit, but then I would never hear from them again. And it really felt like it was pulling teeth sometimes just to get a bit of support and guidance that I needed. But I didn't let that stop me. My mind, however, would tell me that it was because my business idea was not good enough, or it wouldn't work, or that they didn't like me, or that they were embarrassed of my business idea, or that I wasn't good enough. But I kept coming back to my self-love practice. And one of my mantras was, if they can do it, I can do it. And I would think of an inspirational person whilst I was repeating this mantra: if they can, I can. And I kept moving forwards until the right support did show up. And there is something so incredibly amazing when you feel finally that you can breathe again, because you know that you're now in the right hands, the safe hands of an expert. When you step out of your comfort zone and you take a path that is least trodden, it isn't always going to feel comfortable, let me tell you, it's not. But as long as you keep the reasons as to why you are doing this at the forefront by visualizing yourself in your dream life with your dream business, the business that you've always wanted to experience, with the income that you've always wanted to earn, that you would never have earned if you'd stayed in that 9 to 5. When you do this and you accept that there are going to be some rocky days ahead, it will keep you inspired and motivated to keep moving forwards, to keep going with your dream. So remember, if you have a dream, whether that is for a business, a relationship, a certain income status, there isn't one person or one job or one path that will get you to the destination. There are multiple ways to get to the number 4. So please remember that. And each way to get to number 4 is right. So don't give up. Now, as I write this, I think of the film In the Pursuit of Happiness and The American Underdog, and how both true stories about these people, they had to take a variety of different paths to get them to where they are today. Very inspirational film, so watch them if you haven't. So let's get to the next habit number 4. Now, I had to spend money on my business. I had to spend money on my business. There are so many people that don't even want to spend money on their well-being, which I think is one of the most important places to put your money, and so incredibly rewarding. So imagine trying to get someone to part with their cash when they're building their own business, which they know will catapult their business or at least give them a leg up. This is how I view it from a universal perspective. When you are spending money on something you are wanting to build and that you're passionate about, and you want to develop it so you can have a better life for yourself, and it's with mutual benefit and integrity, and it's something that you love, you are screaming to the universe that you believe in yourself. And therefore, it will believe in you by delivering to you what it is that you're wanting from the business. There are so many people that would not have done what I did, and so many never will, because they will not part with cash to get them to where they need to be, to show that they believe in themselves that much. Therefore, how can you believe in your own dream if you're not willing to invest in you? And how can you expect anyone to invest in you if you won't? Now, I received an incredible opportunity when I was building my business to invest in me. It cost about £4,000, and I wasn't receiving any money at the time as such, except for the government support. And the money that I had left to pay my bills was getting seriously low. I think I had like £1,500 left to pay my bills for like one more month or something. Now, I am not advocating that you all do what I did and leave your job, but I did invest in me. That was May 2021, and within less than 2 months, I had made my money back and some. My God, it turned my business around. It was the best decision that I've ever made to invest in me and my business. I had to sacrifice a lot when I was building my business, but that was what I was willing to do because I did not want to go back. Now I'm investing again in my business, and now I have a business coach because I want to scale my business to take it to the next level, to free up my time to look at new ventures too. You know, I used to do everything myself. I used to create my own strategies. I built my own platforms, but it was time for me to change this. And it was so time consuming that I was rarely having much time to myself. And it was taking over most of my life, to be honest, which was not sustainable or healthy for me. So now investing in me and my business to scale it for my future is just a natural thing for me to do. And I want to do to get me to where I'm headed. Habit number 5 is remembering why you are doing what it is you are doing. And it is so incredibly important to dream as big as you possibly can, to see what it is that you can achieve, what you are actually capable of, and maybe even feeling a little bit scared about it too, because this is what will keep you motivated and going, especially when you see your friends going out and living their life, spending lots of money that you don't quite have now, or because you're choosing to plow the money into your business so you can benefit from the business in the long run. You know, it isn't always going to be this way, doing 12-hour plus days, missing out on bank holidays and, not even having a holiday. But it is remembering the dream, and that is what will keep you motivated and keep you pushing forwards. There were some days with me where it would be quite overwhelming. And I would then go out. I would go out. And I was lucky at the time that I had a few kind people in my life then that would pay for me to go out, knowing that I would be able to return the favor when I could. And boy, did I. Of course I did, because I really appreciated them being able to pay for me. Now, it was such a lovely feeling when the business turned around after all of my hard work, and I never stopped. And being able to give back to those that supported me just felt amazing. So what you are doing must be big enough for you to keep headed in the direction, to keep you motivated, to not give up. The bigger picture must be bigger than where you are right now. And remember the importance of true friends. You're here to have a good time. So it is okay, if you can, to give yourself a night off here and there. But all of the sacrifices you are making will be worth it. Okay, so let's get to the final habit. And this is it. Not overthinking and just doing it. It is that JFDI, if you know what that means. In 2018, I left the corporate world because I wanted something different. And that was when I was working for Vodafone. And I knew that was to become a coach. I knew it deep down in my soul. That's what I wanted to do. I thought about it. This was for over 6 months. I thought about it over and over and over again. But in the end, I went back to another corporate job in another company, and I detested it. I kept telling myself through that time that even though I had skills then, I wasn't going to be good enough. And what if I failed? What if I lost my home? All those things, that I had to have a certain amount of income coming in. All of these things played a massive part. There were so many things also at that time of my life going against me, including my mindset. When I finally created a brand and developed my platforms, I went all in, and I have not stopped since. I have never looked back. I took away it needing to be perfect, and I went all in, telling myself that I am going to do my best. I'm going to do my best, and reminding myself why I was doing what I was doing and why I was passionate about helping people. So if you have an idea, put it into action. The only thing that will happen if you don't is you will have a regret because you didn't try, or you worried so much about things that if you just started, you wouldn't have even worried about in the first place. Nothing has to be perfect, and everything is always a work in progress anyway. We are all learning and growing and adapting, so just get started. I am learning and improving every single day. And it is with the new knowledge that I learned through contrast of doing that I have more clarity to where I want to be headed. And also the confidence grows as you grow and you see yourself as an unstoppable, fearless, courageous, limitless person. So there you go. These are the steps that kept me motivated to build a 6-figure business and what keeps me motivated to scale up. I truly intend that this has opened your eyes to what is possible when you take your power back and you put the focus onto you and your dreams. As always, guys, please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will be back very, very soon.